Hi, and welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Bev.
I'm Eve.
We're laughing because we don't have anything to laugh about. It's very weird. It's very awkward. Anyway, we're back. We're hiding Beth with a scarecrow because it is full on September. It is fall somewhere in the world. Here it's only humid, and we got a little bit of
We got a lot of rain last night.
hurricane rain, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's very.
Was it hard over there where you were?
It was steady.
It rained hard here
Really
for a
good
while,
rain.
and then
Yeah.
it was just steady rain. I was like telling the dog, "Go before it starts raining." You have to go." My dog hates water.
I'm going to lay this little scarecrow on his side a little bit so Beth won't be so blocked. How about that? There he is. He's resting with his hedgehog friend.
By the way,
cover her up forever.
The hedgehog looks like is a pumpkin.
No.
Made out of see his little pumpkin
He has
stand.
a pumpkin head.
yeah. Well, and he's
And those little
prickly on the
pumpkin
back.
things. Yeah.
I feel
I
lost.
think it's a gourd. What?
I don't know where my watch is.
Oh.
I woke up this
Naked.
morning and I'm like, where's my watch? I always wear my watch.
One of the cats.
And I was like,
wearing it.
oh, maybe I took it off when I washed my hands last night, or I don't know what.
Oh, yeah.
And then
you just
and then
forgot.
I was driving here and I'm like, where's my watch? That's so weird. So
I feel naked without my
Yeah.
watch.
I stopped wearing a watch years ago. I had to not wear it while I worked. I worked food service at a school, and you can't wear a watch while you're doing that. And so I would put it in my pocket, and one day it wasn't in my pocket when I got left work. So I just stopped wearing it because I was, I didn't have it most of the day. I got used to not having it. So anyway, I am going first.
okay.
And I have many things, but first I'm going to talk about the Etsy shop briefly. Before my dad got sick, I had made a whole bunch of scissor fobs. They are right here. Some of these we already had. There's crabs. In the Etsy shop, they're, as said, bronze crabs, and they're all on the same thing, but two of them look kind of more black than bronze, but they're still the same bronze crabs. So I'll put up more pictures probably. And then I remade this with the puppy and a bone. This one has a little puppy dog charm.
Oh, cute.
There's two of those. And the same thing with the original doghouse charm. And I will, of course, be putting pictures right here. And I made a whole bunch of these because of an order. And I made an extra blue turtle. The blue turtles have all sold.
Ah.
So I have to make more blue turtles. And finally,
Those are cute.
I have, these are new. They're fishies. One has a little like a fishy tail, and one has a big fish.
Cute.
So,
I like fishies.
there's the store. So there's that. And I did want to remind you guys that there are some very cute small fall patterns in our Etsy shop. This one is called Scaring Crows. This one is called Falling Leaves.
I like that one a lot.
I do too. And this one is called Pickin' Pumpkins. Pumpkin, not pumpkin.
Pumpkins.
Pickin' pumpkin.
Pickin' pumpkins.
And also, now I have an app on my phone for my Etsy shop, our Etsy shop. I have an app on my phone for that, and I can do almost everything on there that I would do on a computer, except sales.
No barking.
I can't look and see if I'm running a sale, and I can't put a sale. But I believe that I put in a sale to start running from September 1st to September 30th. I don't remember.
We'll put the information right here at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure that there is a sale going on. Because I did this while my dad was here in hospice. And so that's why I don't remember.
So the
details are fuzzy. But we will put that up here, or the information that, no, there isn't, but I'll put one on. But these little, I have them here as ornaments, but they're just really cute little quick little
they would
stitches.
make their good ideas for like smalls exchanges at retreats and things like that.
Yeah.
Just something you could whip out real quick if you want to give a gift to somebody like a teacher or something like that. And you don't have anything handy to they're easy to whip out.
But as you may recall, I also have this on the Etsy shop.
I apologize. I was sending a text just now because I was trying to turn the volume down on my phone and I accidentally called Rachel. I was like, sorry, straight finger dial.
So this is called In the Cornfield. There's a little kitty cat.
I like that. I like the way you finished it.
There's a little kitty cat.
I like the kitty cat. That's
trying
what
to
my
climb
cat
on
would
this. He's trying to get the crow up there.
Oh, I see.
He wants that.
That's so cute.
Well, in a lot of, can you put this over there? No, you know what? I can fit it back over here. I found this frame at Hobby Lobby. And it's just a
Chicken
wire on a wooden frame, and I just kind of gave it a dusting of green paint. And those picks, I don't remember where I bought them. The ribbons, I think I got at Hobby Lobby, but it might have been Michael's. But, yeah. Anyway, In the Cornfield. And when I put sales on the Etsy shop, I almost never put it on just one thing. It's usually store-wide. So, yeah. Okay, that is my quick Etsy update.
Commercial.
Because if I did it later, I would
commercial.
forget. Okay, so now I have two finishes.
That's
And a kind of sort of finish that I'm going to try to work on today. I finished one of my berries. This is called Autumn Leaves Abound. I don't remember what she calls it in the pattern, but that's what it says on there. And I am going to use, this time, I never did find the fabric that I bought before. This right here. I never found it.
The original?
Mm-mm.
It's weird.
I either accidentally threw it away when I was picking up all the
no.
bags. I don't know how I would have done that. Or I'll come across it in my messy house somewhere. So I was looking at the threads. This is the thread that I used on this one. I don't think I really like it on this one. It's a little bright. But this, which it's supposed to be, see, I couldn't have used the called for on this. It wouldn't have shown up.
Uh-huh.
But on this one,
Yeah.
I think it'll show up. So I know I'm going to use two of these threads. I don't have the orange color that it calls for the pumpkin. But I'm not sure I want to use orange on because I'm not sure it would. I think it would clash with this. So
Pumpkins are white often. Like the hedgehog face is a pumpkin face.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkins are.
well, and they sell white pumpkins in the stores and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm going to be starting on that at some point. And I finished Foxy Fall.
That is so
Let
cute.
me see I've never seen the bottom of the
That's
pattern since you started
adorable.
it.
I like he's wearing a stripy sweater.
And
So are these not stitched? Are they?
They're blank.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're just open.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's uneven, isn't it?
Oh no! Don't look at it. Don't examine it.
I have to put just a little bit here.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. Okay. I'm
almost
calling
done.
it finished, but I missed 3 squares. That's what she gets. Brett. Okay. And then I have a start on
She's
lemon
been pointing
cat.
out our flaws.
I wasn't even
All
looking,
our
I wasn't
all
even
our
looking at
lives.
that.
Lemon cat. I have a small start on that on the same fabric.
Such a funny pattern. So cute.
This is the vintage oat that I did the Foxy Fall on. I thought, you know what, that'll look good for the cat. Look how small the cat is. That's like almost the bottom of it. And
wow.
and here's the other ear.
I was going to ask you, is it going to fit on there? Because from the picture, it looks huge.
It looks big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's little.
It's so cute.
It's very little. Her patterns, Cute Patterns by Maria,
They are cute.
perfectly named. And she's a Czech designer that I liked beforehand. I did Whale in a Light Bulb.
You mean Ukrainian?
Yeah.
Czechoslovakia?
Did
or
I say
Ukrainian?
Czech?
You said
Yeah.
Czech.
Yeah.
But you mean
Ukrainian. Yes. Sorry. I worked with somebody who was from Czechoslovakia. Yes, she said Czech.
Right.
That was an
yeah.
immigrant here, married.
But
Yeah.
that lady's from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's that, and I have an almost finish. I've done all the stitching. Now it needs beading.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Are you going to do it again?
No. So I am going to, while I'm working here, I'm going to start trying to do some beading. If I find it too difficult, then, to concentrate and talk and stuff, I will be working on
The kitty.
Black Cat, which I have dubbed Art Deco Cat. And, I talked on my video about maybe asking the designer if they could give me the pattern the opposite way.
Reversed. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good
And she
idea.
said, I really think you should ask. The worst they can do is say no.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But, because it's their pattern.
Right.
So they have all the stuff. Would
Right.
they be able to reverse it for me?
Yeah.
So I've already purchased it,
Right.
I can do it. I just don't want to. And here's what it'll look like. So I'm hoping that I can get their tails either touching or if I have to, overlapping a little bit to have them next to. And it wouldn't hurt if they were overlapping because those cats overlap.
They do. Mark took this picture. I maybe I can find it before I edit this video. He sent it to me. So, okay, I'm going to interrupt you. Can I interrupt you? Or should I save it for stories?
Save it for stories.
Oh, I'll save it for stories, but remind me to tell you a story about this photo of my cats. It's so funny.
I forgot to show you the berry I'm starting is this one that I'm going to start.
Let me see.
And
the one with the
I'm very
pumpkin thing?
this thread to me looks shiny.
Oh, this was the pumpkins?
Yeah.
The one on the right.
I think it's shiny.
Maybe just the light.
Maybe it's
hitting
just
it.
the light in the camera. It looks like just normal yellow. Like the same yellow that goes in the crisscross underneath. That's pretty. What does it say on it? Do you remember? Oh. Pick of the patch.
I don't like the font. I can barely read it.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Maybe it's because of the icon it says used.
Maybe. Because I saw
symbol.
Helen D had finished it. She's finished all of them. And I could read it on hers. So I think it's
you
just...
see of the here. It doesn't look bad. And the CH looks normal.
It's just a
Yeah.
symbol.
I
they're
sure
using
wish that
probably.
she would provide a photo of the finished, because this is just a little sliver of it.
Mm-hmm.
They should have photos of the whole thing,
Like little-
like
Like on the back, little insets.
Yeah,
But-
just what it looks like.
But, you know, I don't know where she would put it. Maybe even a picture inside.
yeah, just so you can
Yeah.
see.
So
Sorry, I was expecting them.
okay, so then I've been practicing a lot of retail therapy, which I need to stop doing.
Yeah.
But sorry, I'm trying to think of what I'm saying. This is called I've Got a Notion, this fabric line.
Oh, that's cute.
And it's got threads and rulers and scissors and buttons, you know. And it's just a little pack. And it was on the daily deal at Missouri Star, and I wanted to buy a certain thing at Missouri Star, and I said, okay, a pattern can't travel by itself. So
Needs a companion.
and I'll open this up and take a picture of it open so you can see the fabric.
Can I see it?
But what I wanted was this pattern. It's called Serendipity, and it makes a quilt like this. And let's see. 1 quilt and 7 table runners. Or you could make 2 quilts.
I see.
And it's using the same fabric. The called for this pattern gives you enough extra stuff to make the other stuff, and you know just kind of sew it at the same time.
Oh, this is cool. You just take a picture of this back page because this has all the designs on it.
Yeah, but you can't see it with the threads on it.
Yeah, it's so cute. No, I'm saying take
yeah.
it apart.
Anyway, so the reason I wanted this pattern is they put this out last Christmas, this pattern. And I had already purchased, it's a
That's cute.
jelly roll pattern. Oy. Sorry, Beth.
It's all right.
I had already purchased this jelly roll right here called All About Christmas. And I loved, it has little like Christmas scenes with kids around a,
Like a tree and
Yeah.
Christmas cards and stamps.
and
Oh,
it's
how
got
cute.
music, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, right? I'll take a better picture. So I had purchased this when I very first saw this line, and I just decided to get a jelly roll. Okay. And then they came out with this pattern. So I didn't buy the pattern, but I bought all the stuff. Now, I was trying to figure out on my video on Monday why I had 2 border fabrics. And I was like, is one for an inner border and one an outer? It's because of the table runners.
Oh.
So if I made a second quilt, I would need the border for that one. Or for all the table runners, I would need this fabric. So one is for, they're both the same 2 yards. And one is words, and one is music. I'm holding it upside down. Song of the Sleigh Riders. Silver Sleigh. I don't know. It's just music. And I thought these were the ones I really wanted as borders, because I didn't want any of the picture ones as borders.
Mm-hmm.
And the background, I was like, I couldn't remember, and I found it.
Oh, this. So I guess this is like Christmas Carol words, but it's folded right here, and it says shepherds, but all you can see is it looks like P-ferds, P-H-E-R-D-S,
it's
because
folded.
the P is it's like the letters are all like jagged like that, and it just I saw ferds right here. I was like, what Christmas Carol has the word? What is ferds? Ferds? Okay, sorry.
So, and this is what I picked for the background.
The contrast. Yeah.
And I will see if I can take a good enough picture.
Is it- oh,
but
it's-
it is little tiny leaves. Little like holly leaves.
Oh, color on color. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, for the backgrounds.
Nicely
So, I know that I have an unfinished coat quilt, two unfinished
Come here, Ro.
other quilts, I haven't finished piecing,
Come here.
a flimsy, and a sandwiched quilt.
By flimsy, you mean a quilt top?
I still want to work on this.
Do it.
Yeah. And it's
Do
a
it.
Christmas quilt. I won't get it done by Christmas. But she has no Christmas fabric. She's
was
not
just
going to
gonna
get hers
say.
done on Christmas.
Yeah, I bought that for last Christmas, but then I made that quilt for Dad.
I'm glad you did.
I am too.
So, the last thing is I had purchased some sunflower and some sunflower fabric and some sky fabric to make a bag. And I was going to make a vinyl front bag. I'm going to try to make several vinyl front bags right now.
Not right now, but
In the very near future.
yeah. Like, she's not going to work on it right now.
See what I mean? She's been pointing out our flaws.
So, I haven't actually sewn a lot since Dad passed. I keep looking at my sewing machine and wanting to do it, and I just haven't been able to go there. But I kept saying, maybe I can make a sunflower. Maybe I can. I don't know. And I did this.
That's cute.
So I'm going to put another strip of sky here and another strip of sky here, and that'll dictate how big the bag is. I'm going to cut this bottom little flap off. It was that size. Sorry, we had to pause for dog. So I plan to use this as the little edges and stuff. So I'm working on this, and hopefully I will get my rear end in gear. I have something that I need to sew, which Naomi will show, and that'll get me sewing. So that is me.
That's you? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we're gonna take a pause in between you and me and open this box you said we got.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
I was not here when you opened it.
One of
so
our viewers.
One of our viewers sent us this box.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Let's see what's in it.
Vicky is a girl that we went to school with when we were
Got a card.
kids. Teenagers.
It's very sweet.
I just wanted to let you all know how much you've been in my thoughts and prayers. Here's a little stitchy yarn kindness. The fabric I'm not brave enough to stitch on. Some special threads I won. Notions bags. I'll be curious who picks what. And some yarn I had. And my failed attempt at knitting some socks. I'm sure Naomi can make something beautiful out of it. And that's the card. So, hey, it matches. That's very pretty. Thank you, Vicky. That's so sweet. Okay.
That's for you.
This is me. Oh my gosh, you sent needles, girl. That's pretty yarn. It's got a label inside to see what it is. Vicky, you goofball. This is a very good attempt at making socks. This is very good.
I was like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
No, it's very nice. Thank you very much. I will try and make something.
I think that'd make pretty socks.
That's really nice. It's a nice color. It's like a...
You're gonna stab me with that needle.
It's Vicky's fault. It's like a kind of a sunset, deserty kind of...
It makes
color.
perfect stripes. Look at those stripes.
Yeah, it's like a self-striping sock yarn. The label's in there. I'll pull it out and see what it is. That's really nice. Thank you, Vicky. I'm sorry you didn't feel confident because
That's a good. It's a good job.
And the only thing with knitting is just doing it over and over again. You just got to keep trying. I would not call that a failed attempt. I'd call that a first attempt. Okay, and the fabric she's afraid of
It's fleur.
is here.
And
A plaid and flowers.
what is that one's gray?
This
Gray,
is Murano Carré Fleur.
Yeah, this is the 32 count.
It's very
fabrics.
pretty. We'll take a close up.
Yeah, that
Oh,
they have
nice.
at Hobby Lobby. These are very.
And then this is threads that she won. Oh, these are beautiful.
Ooh.
Hand-dyed silk, cosmos, and stardust.
Aren't they beautiful?
Those are beautiful.
Mhm.
Oops. So those are in your realm.
Oh, from B Stitch me.
As though she has any question of who will take what. Here is a little notions bag with an elephant on it. Now you and I will have to fight. This is cute.
Travel or airplane? Travel?
Happy
Airplanes? No.
Yeah. Travels.
Yeah.
Happy travels with airplanes. It's got a little handmade sticker on it. And the other one is this.
You choose, and I will get the other one because I like them both.
You like them both?
Mm.
There's something in this. It's a little handle. Oh, I like that. I think I'll choose the travel one. If that's okay.
I was like,
That's kind of your color. Yeah. Yeah, I like this.
but I do like that one too. So I was
And
like, I was good with either one.
It's got a small pocket inside, which is really nice.
I
was just saying, I love my wonky bag that you accidentally made that I inherited. But everything kind of falls out the sides, and so this is perfect. Thank you, Vicky.
Yes. Thank you, Vicky.
Yes, I
This
can
is
use
fun.
that very soon.
Oh, so cute.
I love the handle.
Elephant.
But
It's like I'm curious who will choose what.
one of my
She
aunts,
knows.
one of my aunts was a missionary in Spain and Colombia.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she used to send stuff from these areas. It wasn't.
I'm gonna move in right now.
Was it Spain?
Yeah. Canary Islands.
Yeah. So she used to send stuff made there, and I have a little bag that it reminded me of it that I got at church that was made by women in one of these countries like this.
Mm.
And it's a black bag with embroidery.
Mm.
And just like this one, it's the perfect
So
size for a small sketch pad and some Prismacolor markers and Sharpies.
Nice.
So I have all of that in it.
And that's got a little handle.
This has a little handle. I was like, I didn't know about the handle, but that would be really good for
Yeah. That's cool. All right, well, if it's my turn, I also have a finish. You remember the state of this last week. Look, it's done. This is the back. And I put buttons on, the little buttonholes. Aren't they cute? Now, I will say, I have to, when I send this to my friend, I'm going to tell her the buttons are kind of tricky because they're not round, they're little flowers, and the petals get caught on all the strands of the buttonholes.
That's the baby,
So you just either leave it buttoned and open the top one and slide it over their head, or leave it open, or deal with it. I love you. So you remember it was one piece, it was one square piece of knitting, and then I just seamed up here at the shoulders. And I'll put some photos here of it flat and then folded halfway and then completed, because it's easier to see than here. But so those are the two seams right there, and then so this is the cast off edge. Is this?
It's too bad we don't have a live baby to put it on.
I'm glad we
No
don't
live
have a live baby.
No live babies. Anyway, so this is the little coat as it comes out, Elizabeth Zimmerman style. It was challenged In reading about how to translate this into an adult style and how to extend the arms and how to make sure this measurement is right for the underarm, I was like, Mark, let me just make you a regular sweater. Because it's fascinating. But now that I've done it, I'm not so fascinated by it. So, I mean, I'm glad I did it, and I'll probably make another one at some point, baby size, because I'm liking baby size stuff, but because it's finishable. But I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll make Mark a sweater someday, but I don't know if it'll be one of these. But it was good to make it, and I had a friend online who was like, would you consider making one for my brand new grandniece or something. And I haven't messaged her back, but I was like, my first instinct was no. Just because I don't want to have a pressure right now of completing something for someone. And so that prompted my husband to say, well, you should sell stuff like that. Like, what could you sell that for? But I was like, as soon as I start working at this, I will no longer enjoy it, I think. I mean, it's one thing to sell stuff on Etsy, and I feel comfortable about that. Not that I contribute a lot to the shop, I'm sorry. But I just, like, I cannot become a baby sweater making factory. That would not be fun. So, but anyway, I need to respond to my friend and tell her yes or no once and for all. But, because I'm like, right now, in this particular moment of my life, I cannot handle any stress. So, anyway, this was done, and that was fun. I have this pile of fabric in front of me because you'll remember a year and a half ago or so, the pastor that did my mother's memorial refused any payment from us as a family. And we made him, I made him coasters, Beth made him a bookmark, and Eve made him some flowers, which he still treasures. He sends me pictures of them.
And I also made him a keychain.
A keychain, yeah. And so we made him a little gift basket. And so we thought, well, he's going to do my father's service. And we're like, what are we going to make him this year? So we decided to make him some placemats in kind of the same color scheme as those coasters that I made last time. So this is going to be a background fabric. This is the backing, and then it'll be some quilt blocks with these contrasting fabrics. And I believe this is, I don't know. We were like, is it border fabric? Because we can't remember what we did at the I was going to say the grocery store, at the fabric store, what we decided. But anyway, it will be placemats looking something like this, because we thought it'd be nice for his table. So. That's that project. And Hannah's sweaters, and basically, I mean, I could show, I have made progress on it. It's longer, but it looks the same as it looked last week. So it's coming. And then this is my shawl, and I got really stalled out on it this week because I couldn't really think straight. And so I didn't, the couple of times that I did knit on it, I woke up from sleep knitting in the chair and found like a big old mistake, like there was I don't know what I did. It was so weird. I had to go back. It wasn't a huge disaster. And then this last section here of this gray has lots of, as we call them, Sharon snacks, because I was like, I don't know what I did there, but oh well. Or where I would actually accidentally have a yarn over, and so I have kind of a gapy hole. I did that in Hannah's sweater too, because I guess I'm just too tired, trying to knit tired, and that's the stupidest thing. But I'm almost done with clue 3, and clue 5 or 6 just came out. What's next? Oh no, I'm lying to you. I'm almost done with clue 2, and clue 5 just came out yesterday. So I'm 3 clues behind, but it doesn't matter. I just want to get it done before October 14th because I want to have it blocked and wearable by then. So I have time. So I'm diligently working on this again. Quiet, doggy. Quiet. I'm way behind, but it's okay. I have time. I think I have like a month, right? What's today? Today's September 10th. 10th. Tomorrow's September 11th. September 10th. So I have a month. And I saw that she's doing a cowl knit along after this, but that starts on the 22nd.
I thought you said cow at first.
Cowl.
Like, cow?
But I'm not gonna do that.
You're knitting a cow?
I have that pretty cowl I made last time. But anyway, so this gets crazy after this. Like you put so it's a triangle. I can't show you because I'm halfway through a round right now, but you saw it last week that it's a triangle. You can kind of see it here. And then for the next clue, you put this one half on you hold the stitches live, and then you go this way, and then the next clue you pick these up and go that way. And instead of it being what I thought it was going to be, which was like an upside down triangle, it's going to be like a trapezoid, I guess, something. I don't know yet. So the final clue will come out in a week. So I've been cheating and watching everybody online. I don't care, but I like the colors, and I don't care what shape it is. It'll be fun. I was kind of thinking like that triangle shape is nice because it ties easily. You know, you can tie it more easily than a big rectangle, but it looks like it's going to be a big rectangle anyway, like last year. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe I would have liked it to continue being this shape, but it's okay. Whatever. That's part of the part and parcel to a mystery knit along. You don't know what you're knitting, and maybe it will be an airplane after all. But so this is Sharon Air. It's so pretty. It's so very pretty.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the colors I wanted. So it's good. It's good. So that's me, I guess. Yeah. That's me.
Okay.
I'm done.
I haven't gotten to my September WIP-GO things yet because that'll start actually on Sunday. Is my 10 days set aside for each project. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing some of the stuff along with it. But anyway, so look at this lovely fabric and thread I got from a viewer. Thank you, Vicki.
Didn't Eve also get the lovely fabric and thread?
Yeah, but she chose.
I took it.
I see.
I know that she used that fabric before for
one of my rabbits.
For one of her rabbits, and I already have that fabric in my stash. So,
September 1st, I started the September Rabbit, as I recall. So it's this, and I had talked about last time, I guess, about how I was putting it on the same fabric that I started I think it's April. I don't know, I have it somewhere. But this one went really fast. And all the rabbits, I think, are done. I think I finished all the rabbits. Let me see. Yeah, they're all done. So it's just the little flowers and stuff in between them. I've got one corner done over here. So this one's almost done. So if I can squeeze it in while I'm working on these on my WIP-GO things, I'll have another finished rabbit and another unfinished rabbit down here. But so
oops, sorry.
So there's that. So I was working on that, and then while I was designing a couple of things, I think I talked last time about this design I did for my father with his dates and names on it and everything, and it says, "I am a poor wayfaring stranger." I think I talked about that. So anyway, I started on it, and I'm not entirely sure. I like this because I thought about maybe doing something different, but this is just the border around the top of it, because there's wording and everything before you get down to the little picture part of it. So,
Yeah, sure. You like the fabric? Is that what you mean?
well, yeah, it's I'm stitching with one thread. It's very it's like I don't know, 50 count or something like that. Because it's just this embroidery fabric that Hobby Lobby sells, and you can cross stitch on it, of course, but it's very high count, and 28 count, 32 count, even 36 count I can deal with. And this is just, I did hippity hop for cross stitch camp on this fabric, and and it's just very tiny. And so I've done just the border, and so I'm thinking about actually doing it on
something else.
Redoing it on this 25 count Lugana. Still doing it. It's the equivalent of, because I don't know that this is big enough. It's the equivalent of if you do it 1/1, it's the same size, but the holes are easier to see, But last time I talked about, because I was working on that elephant biscornu, and I was panicking because I had that dream that it wasn't enough fabric, and it looks like it'll probably be enough fabric to make it. I was just having an anxiety dream. But so I had bought another package of this fabric just in case, right? And when I was like going through looking for fabric for my dad's memorial little stitch thing, I realized that I actually already had this blue fabric because I had bought one of each color that they had there. Gosh. So there's this steel blue and this one in pearl. It's a very, very light
see that one when I was there the other day.
I don't think they had it the other day. I just happened to grab them when they had them. So just don't bleed on your cross stitch. So this is the pearl. It's a very pale, very, very pale gray. And then this one is natural, and it's just exactly as it says. It's a off-white kind of color. It looks like it's got some little flecks in there. So if I decide to redo it, it'll probably be on this pearl fabric. Because I think that the colors will show up on there.
It'll match Mom's.
Yeah, and
Mom's is on a white background.
And it's on a gray. Yeah, so I actually used, I think, pearl gray Rit dye. It's so it's gray, but it's very light gray. So there's that. So I might redo it. At least I might put a few stitches in and see if I like the way it looks or whatever. So there's that. And then, as she was talking about Byron, the pastor that is going to be doing the memorial, I wanted to make something for him again. So this is another bookmark idea, and I was talking about, I know I have these bookmarks that I bought years and years ago, and actually when we were at Joann's the other day, I meant to. It's back there, but anyway, they were buying fabric for the placemats, and I was, doing the dangerous thing and like going, look what they have here, And so I bought. They had a bookmark like the one I did for Hannah, that I dyed for Hannah. So I went ahead and bought one of those, and I did find my old bookmarks. I had a little bag that has a bunch of Aida cloth in it, and they were in there because they're 14 count Aida, but they're very stiff, almost like they're like when you buy wired ribbon, But they don't have any wire, in them and whatever. But they're very stiff. But they're also very narrow. And so I thought, I don't want to use those because it's very constricting as to what you
limiting,
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but I went ahead and bought the other bookmark that I saw at Joann's. It's a Charles Craft, I want to say. I don't know. Maybe it's DMC. I don't know what it is. But I bought it just because, you know, in the future it could come in handy. And I bought another piece of cloth. I want to say it's 28 count. You know, just clothed it, you know, because I bought it like a tick, you know. And but anyway, so but I decided instead to do the bookmark on just a piece of fabric, and I have some finishing ideas of how to but this is the design that I came up with, and I'll put another picture. Except this middle thing here, I decided last night to change it. So so I'm kind of designing on the fly as I stitch. I kind of scribbled on it with my pencil, and I got to where I was trying to do the green background on this second section, and I got to where I was confusing myself because I had moved things around, and I thought, so I had to put these two little sheep bodies in. So I started on this border, and I've got the border. It's down under the hoop, that, you know, the part that I did, and I just got to, you know, the end of the thread, and I wanted to put this stuff in. And so I put this, I backstitched this first part of the verse in here. And I had used 2 threads, and I liked the way it looked okay, except there's like little French knots just for the, you know, the dots on the eyes and the period, and they looked very big. Oh, there's the dog again. Oh, okay, but so they looked very big and kind of clumsy. So, and I discovered as I was stitching that they were, the verse was like 2 stitches off or something like that. No. And so it looked kind of wonky because I don't have the other side of the border. You know, I couldn't tell visually just by, you know, as I was stitching it that it was in the wrong place. And so then I realized, you know, because I used the border things to place it. And I had, you know, started in the wrong place. So anyway, I took it all out and I redid it with 1 thread, and I like the way it looks. And so these little empty spots are going to be sheep. And so when I got down here, I thought, well, I don't want to put 2 sheep on again, because then it looks like they look like eyes or something. And I realized there's 2 sheep, and then there's heaven and earth. Oh, and so that, you know, like,
Can you see her nose?
Yeah. So I stuck a 3rd sheep in there, and I moved these sheep around a little bit. But like I said, I was doing it kind of on the fly as I was stitching, and so so I was getting confused about, you know, wait, where was this? What, you know? So I had to put the other 2 sheep in, at least their bodies in, so that I could tell, you know, and stitch around them and finish this green patch. And I know it's, you know, it's very weird because it's just like straight across the bottom, but it, you know, it's easier to do that way. But then I put the second part of the verse in, and as I was stitching, I was like, why is this not coming out right? Because it's in the wrong place. But I'm not going to take it out and redo it because it's just off by 1, and it's a, you know, it doesn't. It's one of those that in one place where it's like, you know, 7 on this side and 6 on this side. So now it's, you know, 7 on this side and 6 on this side or whatever. So it you know, it was going to be uneven anyway, so it doesn't matter. So and it's not as obvious when you look at it, you know, that it's off one way or the other, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I'm about halfway through this part, and the border is going to take longer just because it's, you know, a lot of stitching to go around it. But then I think what I'm going to do, because the border is pretty solid, if you will, it'll hold the edge well, and then I think I'm just going to cut it and just like kind of fray it, you know, like the way it's frayed up here. just to give it a little fringe
Give
or
it an
whatever
edge, yeah.
around it. Yeah, and the back should be okay. You know, yeah. So I won't have to like cover it or anything like that. So anyway, so then that is it. So yeah, I haven't started on my WIP-GO stuff, but that'll be I'm gonna start tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah. So that's it.
Well, that's it. All right. What?
I do have a tiny little story.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got a phone call this morning. And I don't know why I answered it. I didn't recognize the number. But I just answered it.
Old school days.
Yeah.
Old school style.
Mm-hmm. And because it was early morning and I wasn't really thinking. So I answered the phone. And I said hello, and there was a big long pause, and I thought, okay, this is another robocall, right? And I didn't say anything. And then a male voice said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "I'm being annoyed by your phone call."
How you doing?
And he cursed at me. And
Oh my gosh.
Because it wasn't a robocall, it wasn't a business call. It was just, nobody says, "How you doing?" I mean, it was just the way he said it.
Was
right?
it a wrong number, you think, maybe?
No. I don't think so.
How weird.
It didn't sound like he expected somebody he knew.
Well, I was going to say, if he dialed the number and he thought it was, a friend's number or somebody, and then he asked how
So he
how you
cursed at
doing,
you
and so you're telling him you're annoying him, and then that you're not. He was expecting his friend to say, blah, blah, blah.
I got another call from one of those insurance companies. They want to sell you, because they know I'm old. They want to sell me life insurance, right? I have life insurance. So I said, no, this was car insurance. And I said, I'm quite happy with my carrier. Oh, well, we could, look through and get you. I said, I'm not going to buy any. And he kept talking. I finally had to hang up. I was trying to be polite because I know these guys work on commission and all that. And I don't want to be rude. But
I want to be rude.
But I was just like, how many times do you have to be told no? Yeah, so that was a weird call this morning, though, that guy going, "How are you doing?"
How you doing?
I'm like,
So the
6 o'clock in the morning, why are you calling me?
oh my gosh. I told you about that old man who was so rude to me, didn't I? He so we had a list of patrons that we needed to call about their seats because we switched from fixed packages so you could buy like all the classics on Friday nights. And you would have your same seats would roll over and roll over and roll over every year. So we actually did away with that. And a lot of people, not as many as I would expect, but people were, upset. But so to transition them into doing away with that, we saved their seats. Okay. But they had to buy a choose your own, and they had to pick out the concerts they wanted. And we're like, you can also pick something different. Different if you don't want to go on a Friday night. You don't have to. Or you don't have to buy the concert that you don't want to. You don't have to buy a concert that's not at Symphony Hall, the holy grail of Symphony Hall. Like we have concerts in other venues this year, and everyone's freaking out. Anyway, so we all had like a list of people that we had to call. So we're in charge of all year long. And this old man was on mine. And I called, and he said, the very first contact I had with him, he said, well, we're going to wait for the brochure to come out. Now, our brochure was delayed for many reasons, beyond our control. But we're going to wait for our brochure to come out. So I didn't bug him. And I waited till after the brochure came, and then I called him because, or maybe I called him one other time. I don't remember. No, I did wait till after the brochure came out because I knew that's what he wanted. And I called him, and he said, "Oh, we'll get back to you," like that. Very rude. And I was like, okay. So I waited. But, you know, we have to release those seats at some point. And as a courtesy, I wanted to make sure he had the seats that, you know, he'd had all these years. And I was trying to communicate that to him. And so we were winding down, getting ready to open up single ticket sales. Now, we still have some of those seats saved back. But, you know, it's getting time. You need to decide. So I called him, and I hear someone answer the phone. You know, you can tell.
Uh-huh.
And then it hung up. So I thought the call had dropped. So I called a second time, out of courtesy, right? Because I figured the call dropped. And I hear answer, click. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I just thought, just to make sure, I'd call a third time. This time he same thing happens. I hear him answer the phone. He goes, "You're not very bright, are you?"
Oh
Click.
my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And so weeks later, what do I have come across my desk but his order to put in the seats? And I'm like, I want to give you bad seats, but I won't because I'm a good person, even though you were very rude to me. Oh my gosh. I mean, can't you just say, "I can't talk right now," or "I'm sorry," or let it go to voicemail, or, you know,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to be rude.
I had, that week when Dad was here, past.
That week that Dad was home, you got a call?
Oh, I had people calling me about, like, you know, the Victory Home Care and things like that, that were just trying to do business that they had done.
Right.
And they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And I just said, "I'm sorry, you know, I can't talk about that right now." You know, that kind of stuff. I don't think it was specifically Victory. It was something like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you just you don't know what's going on,
Right.
but you still need to. They don't know, and so you still need to answer the phone and say, "I'm sorry,"
or let it go to voice. I could have just left him a voicemail.
Yeah.
He didn't have to answer it and hang up like that.
Yeah.
I did have that thought. I thought maybe something really bad is happening in his family, so I'm going to forgive you for that. But at the same time, I'm like, then he should have just let it go to voicemail. Because it goes to voicemail, I leave you a voicemail. You don't have to call me back. You can delete it, you can erase it, you can not listen to it, you can listen to it, you can call me later, whatever. But you don't have to hang up like that. It was so rude. Yeah, no, one lady I called, oh my gosh, this was early on when we first started reaching out. I called and she answered and she said, "I'm sorry, my husband passed away 2 days ago."
Oh my gosh.
She goes, "I do want to renew because he loved the symphony," and she started crying and I was crying and we were all crying.
Well, you know, when I went to CVS because.
But she's like, "I can't talk to you about it right now." I said, "No,
Yeah.
you can't. So you call me back whenever you want. We'll have your seats ready for you. Just, you know," and she did.
And you know, when I went to CVS, I made sure I got in a line for the same woman that,
Yeah.
you know, knows us. And, you know, she's like, you know, she goes, "I'm going in there and making sure they don't leave you alone," you know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get any renewal notifications or anything from them.
Yeah. Do you remember the skin cancer doctor, the surgeon that would let me text her and send her pictures? I sent her a text yesterday, and I thanked her for her and the whole staff for being so nice to him through all that. And she's like, "We loved him so much." And she said she'd let the staff know. Because I was like, I just want to let you personally know rather than just calling the office, you know. Just because she was so kind to him and to all of us.
Yeah.
And everything.
And you know, and
These are the worst, what I call the business of death. I don't mean to make our video all sad, but you know, there's so much you have to do, and you have to make phone calls, and you have to.
Every day I'm having to call 2 or 3 people, and so it's like, oh, now I have to call the insurance company. I better tell them.
Yeah.
Not life insurance, of course. She did that one. Naomi did that one, but you know.
But I mean, it's just all
Just
the
all
stuff.
Yeah, it's over and over and over,
all the accounts and the details
you know,
of like
having to go to the bank over and over, you know, and all of these things, and every time you have to say it. Naomi sent me to pick up the death certificates yesterday, and I had to read through the whole thing in order to sign it.
It's very hard.
And you know, you're going. You know, but again, they were so nice.
So,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's all hard. It's you know. So I was telling Mark, I this on that Grown and Flown Facebook group I'm a part of. It's for parents of kids who are adults or almost adults, and they talk about in many families or cultures they have like what they call a death box, and it's a box and it has in it all the information that your loved ones will need when you pass away. And I told Mark I have a book actually. I got it. I think it was Fry's, it's like a life planning book basically, and you have all your doctor's phone numbers and all your bank accounts and your life insurance accounts and all this stuff in there so that it's one centralized place.
You mean so you're not going through an entire filing cabinet full of stuff to find one piece of paper?
Yeah, exactly. And
well,
so I'm like, I don't want my kids to go through that.
Yeah, and especially nowadays when we have passwords for everything and
Yeah. And so
by the way, did that piece of paper work?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Actually, she called me and said that they were able to find it all the information for him. We're talking about my father's.
My father was in the
military service. He was in the Army itself for a couple of years, and then he was in the National Reserve for
many years.
20, 30?
Something like that.
And
till the 70s.
Yeah, which entitled him to special honors at his funeral. So the Army actually found that information even before I sent in the additional stuff. So it's
That's
all
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think I can probably... I set up his online
So I didn't know
account.
That,
so.
Yeah, I didn't know that according to how many years you've served, you get certain honors. So that's kind of cool. So that they said so the active duty gives him the flag folding and taps, but the extra that he did also gives him the gun salute, and so we wanted that. But then right as I was talking to her about it, and she said, yeah, so he'll have the gun salute, because my mom's niche, where Dad will also be, is right by an elementary school. Like there's a wall and there's an elementary school. And so she said, and we'll notify the school. And I was about to say, are you going to tell the school? Active shooter. Because I guess at one point they forgot.
They had a lockdown yesterday at Brophy.
Yeah,
I mean that area. Yeah, but Brophy got locked down and everything, and I was like, I remember when Robert was in high school, and they would have lockdowns for various things. You get all freaked out, so I'm glad they're going to tell the school.
Yeah, so I guess she told me that the other day they were doing one, and she's like, did someone call the school? And they called over there, and they were like, no, we didn't know, and so anyway, so they're going to notify people and stuff, so that'll be good. But Dad will be glad of that. He would have liked that. So,
well, he wanted at one point to be in one of the national cemeteries.
In Santa Fe, there's one.
Yeah. But
and I think my uncle.
Yeah,
one of my uncles is there. I think.
So
he's like, I earned it.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's what we've been dealing with this week. So it's not. But I do have I was going to tell a story about Calvin and Hobbes. So Calvin is very, we say he's going to go to college because he's very stoic and intelligent. You can just see it in his eyes. And he's very much, he's not a baby. He doesn't need to be held every 5 seconds. He'll come and cuddle, and he's very sweet. But he's like, I'm a grown-up. Hobbes, on the other hand, is a ridiculous baby who comes... Because he wants to be held. He even in the middle of the night, I hear him go me, and that means Mama, I'm coming for you. And he has to jump up and sleep on me and in my face and crawl all over me. And so that's how they are. And, you know, I always joke that Calvin says, I am not a baby. My brother's a baby and I'm not a baby. So, but Mark caught this photo of them and it says it exactly. And I will put it here because I'll get it from him. It was a photo of them both in our cat Pippin's old cat bed. And Calvin is there and Hobbs is here. And Calvin has his arm like this on Hobbs. And Hobbs is cuddled up like that to Calvin. And Calvin's looking at the camera. And the look on his face is like, it's fine. I'll take care of it. It's fine. I know he's a baby. And, you know, it's fine. But the look on his face is like literally like, oh, can you believe this kid? You know?
Well, you know, that's how
It's so funny. I'm like, this is exactly them.
That's how Hotspur and Cyrano, you know, they were brothers from the same litter, and that's kind of how they would do too, because like Hotspur was a little bigger, and Cyrano was small. Like I kind of think he might have been the runt of the litter because he was on the smaller side. But so they would sleep sometimes. I'd find them cuddled up together, and Cyrano would be all tucked into Hotspur's fur like that, you know.
Yeah.
All cuddled up, and Hotspur would be, you know, big spoon.
Yeah.
Big spoon, little spoon. But
don't you think it's cute when you see big cats act like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so funny because they're so different, but they're still so attached to each other. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised that they're so different because they look the same, and they're obviously from the same litter. And even like Rachel's cats are we see some similarities like between Hestia and Calvin. They have the same shape, and you know Nimbus he's all on his own. He's completely different from all three of them. And Hobbs is somewhere in between, you know. Mm-hmm. But Hobbs has more like looser skin than Calvin, and Hobbs is squishy. Although Calvin eats more. And we call Calvin the lean, mean jumping machine because we say he doesn't jump, he just levitates. Like literally like jumping to the couch, you don't see him go boop like that. He just goes, he's here and then he's there. It's weird. It's like he just, and he's, you know, like how he when he jumps on a surface, he lands with his back feet first. I can't describe it. It's like he's just got all this power. And, you know, he gets up on the top of the bookshelf and woe to Hobbs if he tries to get up there. But then, you know, the chair, the green stamps chair that I took home, we just have it in the living room, and that's Hobbs's chair apparently. And he lays on the cushion and he grabs the wooden arms and he rolls around and everything. But one day Calvin was up there and Hobbs was so upset about it. It's my chair.
Well, you know, when I first moved out here and I had my apartment, I had that old wooden high chair, and I had it by the balcony or whatever you call it, porch door, and I put one of those IKEA cushions on it, and that was
Cat perch.
Yeah, that was what's his name?
Puck.
That was Puck's spot.
Yeah.
Snug never tried to get up there, but that was, you know, Puck would just sit there and he liked to sit with his little arm hanging down. You know, so that was
to observe.
Yeah, that was his favorite spot, and actually he never tried. You know, he always tried to go out the front door. I had to really be careful, you know, because here in Phoenix, most of the apartments are like 2 or 3 stories tall, and they have outdoor entrances and all that. And when I moved, because of, you know, all my mobility issues, I had decided I really needed to get a ground floor apartment. But, you know, the danger is, of course, then you have an outdoor entrance, and, you know,
well, it would be the same on the second or third floor, just up the stairs.
Yeah, I was like, but and you know, and I knew also because it's Phoenix and because of Naomi's apartment in the past.
She's loud.
But
doggy's barking.
But you know, when Naomi lived out here in an apartment, you know, the son, like, you have these metal rails, you know, to get up to your apartment or whatever. And I remember she was talking about one time that my grandmother was visiting, and they had to give her pot holders so she could climb up the stairs, you know. But so anyway, so you know, with that ground floor apartment, you know, Puck saw that as his opportunity, and so whenever I had to like really be careful about opening the front door because he would just go zoop, and then he would, you know, he would like get into the bushes. One time he went over to the neighbor's little walled-in porch area, and he was hiding in there, and you can't get him out. They weren't home, and you know, it's like I'm not going to climb over the wall and get him, you know. But actually with that porch area, with the high chair right there by the door, he never tried to go out that door.
That's funny.
You know, yeah.
But
oh, I was going to say, when you were talking about that picture that Mark had of Calvin and Hobbes, I had just got I get the Icon has cheeseburger cat meme side or whatever, but so I get that in my feed every morning. They you know, and there was one that had something about, I didn't look at it because I didn't have time at the time, but it's like pictures of, I guess, of cats, like, you know, together, two cats, you know, and there was one they were like, you know, all cuddled up together.
I have a picture of them when they were little. Like, you cannot tell where one starts and one ends, so that's like all like just this tangle. Like, they were all so cute, so cute.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we better wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some truck going around outside and it's driving my dog nuts.
Yeah.
And we've got to.
So you didn't lose your beads after all.
So my son got to be. There's a company called Waymo that does driverless cars, and they've been testing in Chandler, down here by us, and now they're in Phoenix. And through where he's living, Waymo discovered him, and they want to make a film of him. Oh. And so they've also made him a trusted tester. So he gets to ride around in them, and so they said that this weekend we can try it out. And so we're gonna later today we're gonna take a Waymo somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
A little nerve-wracking, but yeah. So because that'd be really cool for him. These are driverless cars.
Literally driverless. Some have a person, but most are now.
Yeah, only the ones that we're testing had people, but now they have and they're into other cities as well, because they're testing like hills and snow and all different kinds of things. Yeah. But anyway, it's kind of exciting. So we're gonna do that today, and yeah, and I gotta cut fabric so that we can sew placemats. So
she was supposed to cut.
I was supposed to cut it 2 days ago, but I didn't. It's just been one of those weeks.
Yeah.
So
I got on 8 beads.
Oh, I got a row and a half done.
Where are they?
The green ones.
Well,
I started to put the little holly leaf on, and I realized it was going to go over the bead area, and I didn't want to get in the way of the bead, so I'm going to put the bead on first and then the holly leaf.
Right.
Well, I discovered that my this one sheep is, I put it like.
It's your design. You can
change the design.
Well, if I change it, I had to take the sheep out because the border comes down right here.
Oh, I wondered.
So, yeah, I think either it's
he could be behind the border.
It's just his tail. So his tail can either if it's an open space like this, it can go in there, and if it's not, it'll go on top of this X. So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's your design.
Maybe it'll be a tailless sheep.
It can break the border.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. It's been good to be back.
Thank you so much, Vicki, for the gift.
Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you, Vicki.
This is so cool. And you should try knitting again. I'll send you your needles back if you want, but you should try knitting again. We could talk, but this is a very good.
I was going to say it looks fine to me.
Yeah, it's very good. So I'm encouraging you to keep trying. So thank you, though. You have a good week. See you next week. Bye.